Welcome back to the channel. Today we're tackling something that affects nearly every driver on both sides of the Atlantic. How do car insurance costs compare between the United States and the United Kingdom, and why are they so different? Whether you're a driver in the US or the UK thinking about moving, or just curious about how insurance works around the world, this video will break it all down for you. We'll go beyond just average prices. We'll cover what affects premiums, coverage types, legal requirements, excesses, and deductibles, and why a policy that seems cheaper in one country may not offer the same protection. 1. Average annual premiums in 2025. Let's start with the headline figures. United States. The average annual car insurance premium in 2025 is about $2,000 for full coverage. This varies widely by state. In Michigan, Louisiana, and New York, average premiums can exceed $2,000, $3,000. In states like Maine or Vermont, averages can be under $1,000. United Kingdom. The average annual car insurance premium in 2025 is about $600, $700 for comprehensive coverage. Young drivers face much higher costs, up to $2,000 plus for those under 25. At first glance, the US seems significantly more expensive, but context matters. Let's unpack what's driving these numbers. 2. Legal requirements, minimum coverage. United States. Car insurance is mandatory in all 50 states, but requirements vary. Liability coverage is required everywhere. No federal standard. Each state sets minimums for bodily injury and property damage. Some states require uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage and personal injury protection. Liability limits in the U.S. tend to be higher on average because healthcare is expensive and litigation risk. Young drivers face high costs in both countries. U.S. young drivers. Drivers under 25 pay significantly higher premiums. Typical average, $3,000, $5,000 annually for full coverage. UK young drivers, even more pronounced. Typical premium for 18 to 24-year-old, $1,000, $2,000 plus annually. Insurance for young drivers is a challenge on both sides of the Atlantic. But UK young driver premiums often represent a larger percentage of income. 6. Deductibles versus excesses. US. Deductible is the amount the driver pays out of pocket before insurance pays on a claim. Common deductible ranges $500 to $1,000 for collision or comprehensive claims. Higher deductible, lower premium. UK. Excess serves the same purpose, usually split into compulsory excess set by the insurer, voluntary excess chosen by the driver, typical excess $200 to $500. Both systems encourage higher deductibles, excesses to reduce premiums, but the terminology differs. 7. Claims and payout differences. U.S. drivers can face litigation directly if coverage limits are too low, encouraging higher liability limits. In the UK, compensation levels for personal injury and medical costs are much lower, partly because the NHS covers healthcare needs after accidents. This explains why liability coverage limits and average premiums tend to be higher in the U.S. 8. Telematics and usage-based insurance. UK. Telematics, black box insurance is widespread, especially for young drivers. Offers significant discounts for good driving behavior. Adoption rate is high among 17 to 25-year-olds. US. Usage-based insurance is growing, but adoption is slower. Some insurers, e.g. Progressive, Allstate, offer discounts based on smartphone apps or tracking devices, but it's less common. UK insurance culture has embraced telematics faster, one reason why some young drivers can manage premium costs more effectively. 9. Uninsured drivers. U.S. Around 10% of drivers are uninsured nationwide, varying widely by state, e.g. over 20% in Mississippi, under 5% in Massachusetts. UK. Around 4 to 5% of drivers are uninsured, partly due to centralized enforcement and database checks. Motor Insurance Database. The UK's centralized system makes it easier for police to detect uninsured drivers in real time. 10. Additional costs and coverage add-ons. In both countries, insurers offer extras. Roadside assistance, courtesy car cover, legal protection. Breakdown cover, more commonly purchased separately in the UK via services like the AA or AirAC. UK drivers often separate breakdown cover from car insurance. US drivers bundle roadside assistance into policies more frequently. Summary. Let's wrap this up. Average premium in 2025, $2,000 in US versus $600, $700 in UK, but varies dramatically by driver age, location, and coverage levels. UK minimum legal coverage is third-party only. US minimums include bodily injury liability with higher limits due to healthcare costs and litigation risk. Credit scores are a major factor in US pricing, but not used in UK underwriting. Telematics insurance is much more common in the UK, especially for young drivers. Deductibles, excesses work similarly but differ in language and structure. Uninsured driver rates are higher in the US, contributing to higher overall premiums. Bottom line, the average UK driver pays less for car insurance, but minimum coverage requirements and healthcare costs explain part of this gap and both markets face unique challenges for younger and higher risk drivers. That's it for today's deep dive into car insurance costs in the USA versus UK. If you found this helpful, subscribe and turn on notifications. We have more detailed comparisons coming soon, from healthcare and student loans to taxes, life expectancy, and maternity care. And let me know in the comments, have you insured a car in either country? What was your experience with costs, claims, and coverage? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.